What you're about to listen to is a Bry-Fy production. Comic book reviews. Nifty nerd news. Heroes versus villains. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Bry-Fy podcast. I'm your host, Bry-Fy, your comics guy, and has it been a hot minute, guys? Yeah, it's been a while, and there's just many different reasons why it's been a while since the last episode that we've talked to. Right now, I'm back home. I'm actually on vacation from work now, which is great. It is December 15th. It's Sunday. I was going to try to record this episode 2 days ago, and just things happen, man. We're trying to enjoy the holidays for the weekends, and like that, I'm off. I have to go to work next weekend, but then I'm off the rest of the year, which I'm excited about. And so, yeah, there's all that jazz. And honestly, I have tried to record episodes. Since the last episode, the following 2 weeks, I actually tried to record an episode. And the thing that I wanted to review kept making me cry. I tried to review it honestly, and I honestly just couldn't get through it. And then I got sick the third week. So after that, and then this past week, I think it's been 3 weeks since the last episode. Maybe it's been 4. I don't think it's been 4. I think it's only been 3 because, yeah, 2 weeks I couldn't get through the review, and I don't know, man. It's something I wanted to talk about, and I still do. We'll see if I can get through it today. I think it's time. I think I can finally get through what I want to review. And I gotta tell you, it's the Wild Robot. I have to tell you about the Wild Robot, and so we'll get into that after the Nifty Nerd news. But we know why you all came here. You have nothing better to do. No, it's maybe it is. I don't know. There's, you know what? I don't know you people. I don't know why you tune in to this podcast. Why you stick around, especially when I have hiatuses of like 2 to 3 weeks sometimes, because I'm just an emotional wreck. Anyway, well, all that being said, happy holidays, guys. Hopefully you had a great Thanksgiving, and hopefully you're going to have a good Christmas, because I think after this episode, I'm just going to be gone for the rest of the year. And that way I can enjoy time with the family, not have to worry about things, unless something huge news drops that I just have to share with you guys. But until then, after this episode, we'll see you guys next year. But until we get to the end of the episode, let's move in to the Nifty Nerd News. Alright guys, up first in the Nifty Nerd News, Fantastic Four First Steps movie has finally finished filming, and it has plans to be out on July 25th of next year, 2025. Now, just because it's wrapped up filming now, doesn't mean we're not going to get reshoots or stuff like that. I mean, hell, what is it? Captain America Brave New World with Sam Wilson as Captain America has been going through reshoots and previews and it's trying its best, man, to be the best movie that it can be. So might not be the end of filming for Fantastic Four, but they've finished the first part, at least, like finished what they wanted to film at first, and now they'll probably do some things, some screen tests, and then refilm some things, or who knows what they'll do. Anyway, other news, since we're talking about Marvel stuff, Chris Evans and Benedict Cumberbatch have both confirmed that they are going to be returning for Avengers Doomsday. What does that mean? Like, what roles are going to be in? Now, Doctor Strange, I think, was doing all right at the end of his movie. And then there was something that, like, something might happen with, I forget who the other person was. The Enchantress? I can't remember. It was like his end credit scene. Captain America, though, is in a different place. He's old currently. So are the things that are happening currently, we're not getting old man Steve Rogers, I don't think. So it'll be interesting to see how Steve Rogers is going to take place with Avengers Doomsday. Is it going to be an alternate timeline, a different world? Who knows? We'll have to see. Next up in the Nifty Nerd News, and actually the last thing we're going to cover this week, it's just a short week. So apparently, I don't know if you guys have watched the Olympics and known how great or how meme-worthy the breakdancing at the Olympics has been, and specifically with one breakdancer from Australia named Ray Gun. So meme-worthy that someone decided they were going to do a Ray Gun musical. Unfortunately, Ray Gun's lawyers have canceled the show following a ton of legal threats. In a lot of ways, they were saying that this is going to defame Ray Gun, which the creator of the show, creator of the musical, was like, well, she doesn't need any help with that. And supposedly the lawyers let her know that Ray Gun owns the rights to the kangaroo dance that she did in front of the world as part of her attempting to win an Olympic medal routine. And if you guys have not seen it, look up Ray Gun Olympics, and you're welcome. Be amazed. Watch it for Christmas. Put it around the tree. Put it over the fire. Put it in the fire. Anyway, I think this is kind of shitty, man. I get it. She's embarrassed. People have been clowning on her since the Olympics. One, on how she got there, because it's kind of steeped in mystery. Not even mystery, but tainted in potential nepotism and stuff. It looks like that, a group that she somehow got a part of and did a paper on and submitted it for her degree or whatever, was a group that she got in, and they're all in prominent positions of judging and somehow forced her into the Olympics somehow. There's a lot of weird stuff that's going on that I've read throughout this past year about Ray Gun and how shady it kind of seems. And then it seems like she's kind of a dick. Just the things that have come out about her and the way that she's kind of reacted to a lot of these things, just kind of, I guess if you're being made fun of on a global scale, you got two ways to go, right? Either just kind of lean into it and be the butt of the joke and no one will remember you for after a couple of, maybe a year, a couple of months, or you be a complete dick and people remember you for a little bit longer, but eventually will probably forget you anyway. But when they do remember you, it will be for bad reasons. And I feel like that's the take Ray Gun has gone on. And I don't think it's a good one. I think it's a really bad choice on her part. I would have just leaned into it. Yep, I was out of my element. And so I decided just to have fun and be stupid with it. And that's what I came up with. And then just be done with it. And that's all she had to do. But no, she didn't. She said, I went out there, did my best. I'm a top-notch breakdancer, and that was the best that I could do, and you guys need to shut up. Anyway, so that's it for the Nifty Nerd News, guys. Thank you so much for listening for this part of the podcast this week. Up next, we're going to move on to two things that I want to review. I figured maybe if I review two things, I won't get so upset talking about The Wild Robot. So let's try that. All right, guys, so up first for the things I want to review I think it was on Amazon where we watched it. I can't remember, or maybe Netflix. I really can't remember. It was streaming online where we decided to watch it, and it's called The Wild Robot. And I got to tell you, you will cry. Or if you're like me, you will cry. I don't know. I am very empathetic, sympathetic. I have emotions, and this movie just completely destroyed all of them, man. It's about a robot named Roz who gets stranded on a forest island, and through a chain of events ends up having to raise a baby goose, or a gosling, as you will, while also trying to make it back home and fit into her surroundings. And she's completely out of her element, right? One, she's a robot. Two, she doesn't belong in this isolated island that she is. And so it's really fun and interesting watching her try to make friends, learn how to raise a goose. And then this baby goose called Bright Bill, the way that he acts, he's been raised by a robot, so he acts like a robot. So he's a little strange, a little special, and he's having struggles growing up and learning to fly and swim and all these things. And those are parts of Roz's goal, to help raise Bright Bill so that he can be a fully functioning goose. And so the story goes on with that, and their tribulation, their trials, tribulations, their successes, and eventually one day Bright Bill is going to leave the nest to fly south for the winter. And you think, like in most kid movies, that's where the story ends. Hey, success, we made it this far. But the wild robot goes on much further. Like, what happens to a parent after their child has flown the coop, quite literally? And it's her now with her newfound community and dealing with their struggles and their successes and a lot of stuff. But while that's happening, her old company that she was stranded from ends up showing up, and they're not so nice. They're actually very, very evil. And so the island has to fight back against the robots, and eventually Bright Bill comes back home. But after this time, Roz, the robot, decides that it's time for her to go, because as long as she's there, they're always going to be in danger. And so she makes the choice to leave, knowing that Bright Bill is in good hands and that he's been raised good and all those things. And it's such a wonderful story. And the ending really got me. Like, I'm starting to get a little emotional thinking about it. But the way the wild robot displays the life cycle of a parent and how it portrays everything and how it looks artistically in the story and everything, it's just great, man. Watching Roz grow as like this goal-oriented, like, I need, like, you know, like ones and zeros type personality of a robot to an actual caring and loving parent by the end of the movie is such a beautiful thing. It's so lovely. And it was everything, guys. Like, I don't know how else to describe this movie as a parent. And I think even just anyone who's had parents, or, you know, like, parents have been around, are a part of our lives in some form of the matter. And I think this movie is going to touch you emotionally in ways that you're not prepared for. I certainly wasn't, and I wasn't ready to cry as hard as I did. But man, did this movie get me. If this movie does not win awards, because it's almost damn near perfect, and just the acting, the animation, the story, it's just done so well, so perfectly. It would be a shame if this thing doesn't win something. It's for sure going to get nominated. There's no way this movie does not get nominated for something. It deserves to win things because it is that damn beautiful, and I loved every second of it. And I can't watch it again because I don't want to cry, and I know it's going to make me cry. I'm trying not to cry now. But I got through it. I got through what I want to tell you with the Wild Robot. As far as a rating goes for me, definitely a positive charge. It's a beautiful movie. It's amazing. You guys have to see it. The next thing, the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is another streaming series that I've been checking out here recently. And the first half of it is out on Amazon, streaming on Amazon right now, and it's Secret Level, which is a gaming anthology. And right now, the first 8 episodes are out, and the next half, I think, is coming out this week, like Tuesday, in like 2 days from this podcast. The next half is coming out then. And this has honestly been a really fantastic series, man, because one, it's just a strict anthology, and there's nothing too, like, there's no connective tissue between the episodes, so you can just pick and choose which ones you want to watch. You can watch one now, watch a different one later. Like, there's no rhyme or reason to how you watch these episodes. And what's great is, especially for me, there was only like 2 or 3 where I knew what the game was going in, and I enjoyed every single one. Like, I don't think there was an episode I did not like watching out of all this, man. Out of these 8 episodes, I really enjoyed them. And there was some on there I had no idea what the games were that they were going to be talking about. But I think the first 8 episodes they released had a lot that people were going to know or be interested in, which I think was smart to pull you in, because the second half has a lot of stuff I don't think I've ever heard of, except for Mega Man, which is going to be in the second set of anthology films or clips, or I don't know what you want to call them. But I got to tell you, man, these first 8 were really strong, and it was really tough to pick a standout. I mean, the D&D one was good. There was one where Arnold Schwarzenegger voiced one of the characters about a guy trying to take over an island and just keeps trying over and over, like getting killed and trying over and over again. But I think some of the big standouts for me on this, there was even a Warhammer one that was really good. But the big ones that really, really left a mark on me were the Unreal Tournament episode, the Pac-Man episode, because what the fuck? And then the Armored Core one with Keanu Reeves voicing one of the characters. And so those, I mean, they're just done really well. You can tell the people that worked on them really love video games, really love the games that they were working on. But I got to tell you, that Pac-Man one, that one was batshit crazy. But what's even crazier is it's not just a fun anthology thing about Pac-Man. No, Bandai or Namco is using this as a promo for their new game called Shadow Labyrinth, which is taking place in the Pac-Man universe. What? So Bandai, Namco, whatever it is, the creators of Pac-Man are coming out with a new game based on the Pac-Man lore series. I don't know what you want to call it. And it's going to be a 2D action platform, kind of like Metroid, in a way, I think, based on what I've read. But this is fantastic, man. I think if more games did like these incredible anthologies like this to promote, hey, this is what's coming out next, that could be a lot of fun, man. But Secret Level did a really good job of having these episodes, having them be fun and entertaining, and just being really, really cool looking. Like, I mean, bottom line, man, what makes a game great? It looks awesome. It makes you feel awesome. And I wish these guys would do some Halo shit, because no offense to Paramount, but I just wasn't into their Halo shit. But if these people did their Halo shit, I might be in. I might be down. Because like the cinematic stuff is always really good, man. The people who did those Reach commercials, like the live action commercials for Halo and stuff, those were fantastic stories. Why weren't those people telling the stories? Why did they get Paramount to ruin Halo? But I digress, people. And that's pretty much it, man. Secret Level definitely gets a positive charge rating for me. And, well, this is only the first half. Part 1. Secret Level Part 1 gets a positive charge. But I have an inkling that Part 2 is going to be a positive charge as well. So I'm really excited to see what comes out next Tuesday. But that's it, guys. That was all I wanted to talk about for the review. Like I said, probably not going to hear from me till the next year. Till maybe I'll have something for the end of the year. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But thank you guys so much for listening. I think I'm just going to go play some Clone Hero, man. I've been really into Clone Hero. And if you don't know what Clone Hero is, it's Guitar Hero. It's literally Guitar Hero. But because they don't make any more Guitar Hero games, people got upset, got online on the computer, and made their own Guitar Hero called Clone Hero. And they make their own game, their own music tracks, highways, backgrounds, videos, and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun, man. I've been really enjoying it. I wish I was good enough to make my own songs, and then I could contribute to the communities out there that put out new music and new song tracks all the time. I don't have that time. I barely have time to record a 30-minute podcast. What makes you think I'm going to have time to work on a freaking 5-level drums, guitar, bass, vocal game? Essentially, they're creating a game. Yes, it's just a level in a game, but they're making a game. It's a crowdsourced game that people are actively making new levels for. Is essentially what Clone Hero is, which is amazing. It's like the best version of Minecraft. But yeah, so I've been playing the shit out of that, been having a lot of fun. And then I have my Govee lights that dance to the music. And so it's like I'm in an actual concert, man. It's like being back on stage when I was in a band, and I'm enjoying it. And I'm loving every minute of it. And that's what I've been doing. Anyways, thank you guys so much for listening to the podcast. We'll see you guys next year. Bry-Fy out.